some of the prophets, why is prophet means like a fusion of a human being with the divine. That's a prophet, a fusion. So that the download is kind of coherent or constant, which means that the future, not because I cannot be here, the future because I'm so much here, that the future has an open channel to inform, to spread through this moment and inform the current field. A prophecy is kind of an impression of the future that is so strong that it stays in a certain time. So when Jesus lived, or when, I don't know, Padmasambhava lived, or there was an imprint, like a stamp, boom, that leaves an imprint in the consciousness that is so strong that it stays coherent even throughout 1,000 years, or 2,000 years, or 6,000 years. It's an imprint that the Mount Sinai, when the voice of God in the Bible spoke to the Israelites on Mount Sinai, this is now. But we are not now. That's why the entire story of humanity is finding back to the voice of God. But the voice of God speaks now. It's the Mount Sinai is now. But the dispersion of the world is like as if you're going to the future. You're not going to the future. It's anyway here. But if we are not here, it looks like we are constantly going somewhere, or we want to go somewhere where the enlightenment's happening. And so the prophecy is like an imprint of the future, like a chip that has been downloaded through somebody that was called Padmasambhava, somebody that was called Lao Tse, somebody that was called whatever, and said something that reality is catching up with. And when the vibration meets the vibration of that future, we say, oh, it was true. Mm-hmm. You know, it's an imprint in the consciousness, but it's vibrating so high that most of the people don't understand. What does it mean, the metal bird? It's like, that doesn't make sense. But when the vibration of humanity catches up with the prophecy, it's a boom. You see, it was true. And of course, there are all kinds of false prophecies also. These were not prophets. These were people that channeled something, whatever that was. And that's different. That's not, a prophecy is a direct channel. It's not like channeling something. It's a direct download from the source. That's why I said it's a prophet is not like somebody that channels entities. And sometimes there's also relative truth. Some have 40% truth, some have 70%. The more clean is the channel, the clearer is the information that comes through. But the prophet is something else. A prophet is merged with the source. And that's why the download is like a crystal clear, and so the great prophecies that spoke to a certain vibration of certain ages, they are energetic imprints. It's like sometimes when you put a pattern of something on water and it's swimming on water, it's like a potential, but it's a form on the water, and sometimes when the water has many waves, then it disperses it a bit. But let's say it's a coherent form that makes it throughout a long period of time. People remember that prophecy. But why do we remember certain prophecies? Because we forget so many other things. Because it has a strong coherence. Because the higher is the light, the clearer is the effect that it creates. And so that's very powerful, but that's not an avoidance future.
Right.
That's not the future to avoid now. That's actually the future that enriches now. It's an enrichment. It's more information streaming into this reality. It makes this reality bigger. And I think that's very powerful. But as I said, not everything that is handled in the market as prophecies is real prophecies, but some of them are, and I think some of them prove to be true over time.